Hello everyone, my name is Unger to the Max, and I'm hoping that this video provides you with a little bit of a distraction from the outside world. Now, before we move any further, if you like what you see, click that subscribe button, and also click that like button. And, finally, click on that little bell to receive notifications for when I upload a video. And for all my loyal subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Whether you subscribed because you're a family member, or whether you subscribed because you saw one of my videos and were interested in seeing what else was on the channel, whatever your reason is, thank you for subscribing. Anyway, again, I hope this video provides you with a little bit of a distraction from the outside world. So let's get into it, shall we? Today's video is about the LeBron James Effect. Don't know what I mean? Let me explain. This season, the Cavaliers only had one nationally televised game, and that was in early November in our nation's capital against the Washington Wizards, and that was on ESPN. When LeBron was with us between 2015 and 2018, the Cavaliers had, I believe, at least 10 primetime games. At least that's what it seemed like. It felt like, oh, we're at Boston. Oh, that game's going to be on ESPN. Home against Milwaukee. That game's going to be on TNT. Christmas Day game against Golden State. That game's going to be on ABC. Let me take a break from the LeBron James effect and discuss something related to Christmas Day games between the Cavaliers and Warriors. So, I criticized Kevin Durant for joining the Warriors, and I will continue to do that, and I feel that I am in the right to do so. So, I feel that when Durant joined the Warriors, it ruined the rivalry that was developing between the Cavaliers and Warriors. But here's the interesting thing. Once Durant did join the Warriors, it seemed to enhance the Christmas Day games between the two teams, but ruined the NBA Finals. Don't know how that happened, but that was my perspective. Anyway, back to the LeBron James effect. So, as I said, when LeBron was with us, it seemed like we had at least 10 nationally televised games, whether that was at Boston or home against Milwaukee, at Indiana, home against Philadelphia, at Toronto, whatever. And we were getting to the NBA Finals every year, and not necessarily as a 1 seed. In 2015, we were a 2 seed, and in the first round, we played Boston. That was a series where Kelly Olynyk decided to be an asshole and rip Kevin Love's shoulder from its socket. And then in the second round, we had a tough 6-game series against the Chicago Bulls. I thought that series was actually going to go 7 games. And then in the third round, we played the number 1 seed, the Atlanta Hawks. So they had home court advantage. But it didn't seem to matter because we swept them. And then we got to the NBA Finals against Golden State. And I have heard from many fans and experts, and I will agree, that if Kyrie Irving didn't get hurt in Game 1 of that series against the Warriors, and again, if Kelly Olynyk hadn't decided to be a bastard and rip out Kevin Love's shoulder and injure him for the rest of the playoffs, we would have won that series against Golden State in 2015. If the Cavaliers were fully healthy, we would have won that championship in 2015 against Golden State, without a doubt. And then in 2016, I believe we were the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. And in the first round, we played the Pistons, and got a little bit of a challenge from them, but still swept them. In the second round, we absolutely shot the lights out from beyond the three-point line against Atlanta. And I believe in Game 2, we set a record for the most three-pointers made in a game. And then in the third round, we got a little bit of a challenge from Toronto. But the weird thing with the Toronto series was that we absolutely dominated the Raptors in games 1, 2, and 5 at what was then Quicken Loans Arena. But in games 3 and 4 at Air Canada Center, the Raptors kicked our ass. Makes no sense. Although we won the series in game 6 at Toronto. And then we all know what happened in the 2016 NBA Finals. The Warriors were up 3-1. And then in game 4, Draymond Green decided to be a little bit touchy-feely. He got called for a flagrant foul. That put him over the limit. And so he was suspended for game 5. And here's something interesting. When LeBron James came out for warm-ups, and when he was touching the basketball in warm-ups, the crowd was booing him. I have never heard of that before. So you could tell he was public enemy number 1. I mean, Klay Thompson even said in a press conference before the game, like, sometimes people's feelings just get hurt. And then, of course, in Game 6, Steph Curry got ejected for fouling out. I'm not sure how many of those fouls were actually legitimate, but whatever. And then in Game 7, we had the block, the shot, the stop. And the Cavaliers would go on to win the championship. And then in 2017, I believe we were the 1 seed again. I don't remember who we played in the first 2 rounds, but I know in round 3 we played the Boston Celtics. And they gave us a tough series. But we ultimately made it past them and got to the finals, where we were promptly dismantled by the Golden State Warriors with their new man Kevin Durant. And then in 2018, we didn't belong in the NBA Finals against Golden State. No, we did not. We didn't even deserve to make it past the first round against Indiana. I bought games 3 and 4 of that Indiana series on iTunes when the NBA still made their content available. I'm still upset that they did that. I did email the NBA actually, because I thought, hey, there's no basketball on. Maybe you guys would be willing to put your content back on iTunes so fans like myself can go on and purchase all of the 2016 NBA playoffs, for example, and have some old NBA games to watch. You know, that sounds reasonable, doesn't it? But anyway, I watched games 3 and 4 of that Indiana series. I don't know how we won that series. I really don't. We should not have beaten the Pacers. But we did, and then we went up against the Raptors in game 2, or in round 2, I should say, and promptly swept them, although there were a couple heroic efforts needed by, who else? LeBron James. And don't worry, I will tie all this back into the LeBron effect. And then in round 3, we played the Boston Celtics again, and like I said with the Indiana series, we did not deserve to win that series. I mean, the Celtics were the better team. They really were. We just had LeBron James, and the Celtics didn't. That's the only reason we won that series. Again, the LeBron effect. Actually, I could say that with the Indiana series in round 1 of 2018. I could say that with the 2007 Eastern Conference Finals. We did not deserve to win that series against Detroit, but LeBron James scored 25 straight points. 25! And helped eliminate the Pistons. But then in the finals, we met Tim Duncan, Bruce Bowen, Manu Ginobili, Michael Finley, Tony Parker, and the San Antonio Spurs. All we had was LeBron James. Literally, that's all we had. You're not going to beat a team like the Spurs with just one player. Come on. But the LeBron James effect goes beyond just the Cavaliers. Think about this. Before 2011, when was the last time the Miami Heat were in the NBA Finals? 2006 against the Dallas Mavericks. LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh team up in Miami. What happens? They promptly go to the NBA Finals, where they lost to the Dallas Mavericks in 6 games. But still, they went to the finals 4 straight years. And like I said earlier with the Cavaliers, once LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh teamed up, it seemed like Miami was on national TV at least 10 times a season, whether that was at Boston going up against the Celtics' big three of Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, and my all-time favorite player, Paul Pierce. He is my favorite all-time player. Yeah. But, or whether that was at Chicago or home against Indiana, whatever. Or their Christmas Day battles with Kobe Bryant and the Lakers, rest in peace, Mamba. It just seems like wherever LeBron James goes, that team not only becomes an instant title contender, but that team also gets put on national TV way more. Now, it's a little bit different with the Lakers because the Lakers seem to always be on national TV regardless because they're the Lakers. Go figure. But they are on national TV more this season, and everybody's considering them to be a title contender. And the Lakers would have been a playoff team last season if LeBron didn't get hurt. But they're a title contender this season because they traded for Anthony Davis. But will the NBA season continue? Who knows? So that's going to wrap it up. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you did, click that subscribe button. I really appreciate all the subscribers. And click that like button. Until next time, stay healthy and stay safe. I will see you next time.